Hello there guys, welcome back to another short online tutorial. It's Jack from Blue Sky Graphics and today we are based in Adobe Illustrator. What I'd like to do today guys is show you how to create a real life and really realistic illustration just by simply using simple shapes and a flat illustration and then implementing it into the 3D materials window and then go through all the options there to create a really realistic and 3D looking illustration. I have an example in front of you here. And as you can see, what I've done is I've created a vintage game soul controller. And all I did was use simple shapes to create a flat illustration. And then I implemented it into the 3D and materials window. And what I'd like to do today, guys, is show you all the steps you need to know to create an illustration like this. And then hopefully you'll go off into your graphic design career and life and create some really cool stuff. Okay, so what I have on another tab here, right, is the flat illustration. Okay, so I've got the background here. I've got all of these different shapes here that make up my game console controller. Okay, and what we need to do is bring this to life. And what I want to do is start using some colors and start messing around with the colors and start bringing this to life. So let's select our back object like so. What we'll do now is we come through, let's apply a sort of nice gray to that. Nice, perfect. And what I'm going to do is actually remove the stroke from that also as well. Wonderful. Use my selection tool, select that inner ellipse there. And I'm probably going to go for a sort of a lighter gray like so. Perfect. Let's select our plus sign. And let's apply a nice blacking there. Wonderful. Let's remove the stroke also from that. Perfect. So we have these options here. And what I'm going to do now is select both of these, right? And as I'm clicking with my selection tool to select the other element, I must press shift and click and shift and click. And let's implement black into those elements like so. Wonderful. As you can see, it's really coming to life now. So if I select that element there, as you can see, they are grouped at the moment. So I'm going to right click and ungroup. And what we'll do is let's select that element and press shift and select that element there. And we're just going to borrow that gray. So if I press I, the eyedropper tool, I can just select that color there like so. Now let's get some nice colors on these buttons here. So what we'll do is go for a blue in there. Let's say, let's go for a red kind of color in there. Perfect. And then what we'll do is we'll come through. Lovely. And what we'll do now is go for sort of a green kind of color. Perfect. So just to make sure the strokes have been removed, I'm going to select everything like so. And I'm just going to take the stroke down to 0. So we have no strokes on any objects here. Okay, so as you can see, we've applied our colors now, so it's really coming to life. But now I want to bring the 3D element into it. So the first thing you need to be aware of is, as we know, we have a collection of shapes making up this illustration. So we need to group all these together. So using my selection tool, I'm going to select everything like so. And I'm going to right click group. The shortcut to group is either Command G on Mac or Control G on Windows. Fantastic. Okay, so now with that selected, what I'm going to do is come to Effect and 3D Materials. And let's go Extrude and Bevel. So as you can see straight away, very quickly, you're getting that realism straight away, okay? Now with these objects, what we can do is manipulate and change options. So we've got our depth here. We may want to increase the depth. We have the bevel options, which I've gone through in previous tutorials. But what we were trying to do is really look for that realistic vibe within this control of illustration, okay? So what I'm going to do now is with that still selected is I'm going to come and add an inflate option like so. And what we need to do now is bring that volume really down. Okay, and as you can see, that inflate option, yet again, really adds that extra sense of realism. Let's bring the depth down just a tad as well. Perfect. Okay, so now what I want to do is really sort of increase like the material of it, the realism of the material of the controller. So if I come to our materials option here, right, I've covered in previous tutorials, so go and check them out, excuse me, in regards to applying different materials. But what I want to do is I just want to mess around with the metallic option here, okay? So I'm just going to increase that just a tad, like so. And as you can see, metallic option is really making that look a lot more realistic. Fantastic. And if you remember from my previous example, there was a nice shadow effect that was coming off our controller, okay? So we've been on our materials option, and as you can see, we have a lighting option here. We have different types of options that we can do. So for instance, now if we were to sort of rotate and slide the left or right, you can see you can change the rotation of the lighting. You have the height here, let's say, all changeable for you, dependent upon what you're looking for. Okay, and you have the softness of the light as well, which you want to increase. What I would like to play with here is the shadow options. So we've got the shadows here, and let's turn it on. Wonderful. And as you can see now, you can apply a really cool shadow effect. So the distance from the object, as you can see, if I was to increase the distance from the object, the shadow is moving further away. So I would like it to be a lot closer, to be honest with yourself. And the shadow bounds here. If you affect the shadow bounds, sometimes what you'll notice with your shadows is this option or this element where issue where you have it cut off. So what you need to do is just increase the shadow bounds like so. And then you can see you get the full shadow. Okay, so I'm quite happy with how it's turned out, all right? And what I want to finally do is apply our ray tracing or render with ray tracing, okay? Now, the reason why I'd apply this, right, is because it just adds that extra sense of realism, okay? You'll notice. So if we turn on the ray tracing like so, we've got high and we're going to press render, okay? Now, sometimes what this may do, this may take a while, a couple minutes to render, but the results are epic. And I would always highly recommend you to render right at the end of your illustrations, because as you can see, it takes a little bit of time. And what it takes is the system quite a while to work out every single element and then to render it to a point where it looks super real, okay? Now, dependent upon your computer, dependent on the power of your computer, this may be quicker, this may be slower, but I would always highly recommend you to do this, okay? Because like I say, the results are very impressive, okay? And as you can see here, it's taking a little bit of time now to render. But as you can see, if we persevere and let the computer and let the software work it out, manipulate, change, and really sort of get that professionalism and that realism. And as you can see, the results are impressive. The shadow looks a lot more realer, and the materials and everything like that look really, really real. All right. Now, what I'm going to do now is let's expand this. I'm going to go to Object and expand the experience, like so. And as you can see now, I have created my 3D looking controller. What you may want to do is add a little bit of a background. So if we close our window, like so, I'm going to come with our rectangle tool. And let's create a nice rectangle over here, like so. What we're going to do is apply a nice gradient to that. So now if we come to our options here, apply a gradient, we have our color stopped at the bottom. And what I want to do is change that black one to a nice sort of pinky kind of color. Let's say nice. And then what we'll do is just increase that and just lighten this a little bit. Like so, perfect. And with my gradient tool, what I'm going to do now is apply gradient. Fantastic. And I just want the darker pink to be down the bottom left-hand corner here. So I'm just going to use our reverse gradient option, like so. Wonderful. With that selected, now I'm going to go right-click and arrange, and let's send that to the back. Perfect. Let's get rid of our gradient window, like so. And there you have it, guys. If you're interested in finding out more about Blue Sky Graphics, the courses that we offer, please take a look at our website at blueskygraphics.co.uk. Also, like I say, we have tutorials coming out on a weekly basis. So please go and check them out, ranging from multiple softwares and really, really important and really cool effects that you may want to have a look at. Thank you very much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.